Enjoy. What's going on? Listen, we got some stuff to talk about. One is this hair. I'm gonna ride with it though. I still ain't figured out what to do with it. Might just let it grow. But anyway, listen here. We got some stuff happening, right? We got Trump's been in office, so we're gonna drill, baby, drill. What does that mean for trucking? Expand on oil production. Something about the freeing up the energy in Alaska. So is there gonna be jobs out in Alaska? Who wants to go out there and do that stuff, right? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking if there's opportunity in Alaska, it's one place I haven't trucked to, one place I haven't trucked in, might go check it out. So if any of you got a little bit of context, let me know, and we can hook up, link up, DM me. Might get some work going out there. But what else we got going on? Man, he's passing all kind of executive orders. You know, common sense is back. We deal with stupidity. We got two genders. A lot of cool things happening. It's going to be an exciting, fun time to watch TV. That's for sure. Last time he didn't really do much for truckers though. Fuel was low. We could have a good economy, so rates were up. I guess you could say that that's important. But what else did he do for trucking as far as regulation? The people that were in charge of the FMCSA were still not competent. Can we get somebody in there that is? I mean, you've got people in charge of the border and people in charge of security and different things. People in charge of the FBI, the CIA that are supposedly competent. Supposedly, I didn't really test that and look into it, but I saw a few articles saying that he stopped the act that Biden put in. They did have construction all over the United States, so maybe they were doing something with it. But it would be nice to get roads repaired. It would be nice, to get some more rest areas and things like that. But apparently that's going to be stopped. I'm sure it'll be revamped. One thing that was kind of annoying is when everybody went out to protest in Washington when Trump was in office, and everybody was out there protesting. When asked about it, they said the truckers are out there, and he's kind of segued it into the truckers love me. They love me a lot. Well, everybody was out there protesting, like the stuff that was going on in Canada with them requiring the vaccine for CDL, things like that. They were protesting broker transparency, which I think is bullshit. And I was on a podcast talking about that with the freight broker Bounty Hunter on Stop the Scam. Go check that out. I think that's BS, which was kind of funny because they were out there actually trying to meet with him and get some attention and protest. So, huge Trump fan, but what did he do? Yes, the economy was great. Yes, there was money, but what are we going to have this go around? Will we see increase in the oil activity? Will there be more work in the oil field? Are we going to have some sort of regulatory ramifications? What kind of regulatory changes are they going to make? It would be nice if we could get the EPA dissolved and get some of the EPA restrictions, rolled backwards. Because that's a major issue for us. Trucks pushing white smoke instead of black smoke. Cost and repairs for an owner-operator to operate newer equipment when it's broke down, and purchasing DEF and things like that go into an added cost. It's kind of annoying. So there's a lot to look at. There could be a lot of building blocks changed. There could be a lot of things done to completely revamp the trucking industry. I know that there's probably a ton of illegals, immigrants in the trucks right now. I know that a lot of the big companies are lobbying for hobbies, these bigger companies doing that. Competitive dog eat dog world, it's only becoming more competitive, and that's just what it's going to be. You've got these companies out of Chicago and different places, the Russians that, they'll put you in a truck, and then when you run out of time, they have guys in the office, hackers, that'll just delete the logs and redo it. And they're hacking into the big guys, the Samsara's, the Motives, or whatever. I don't know how the hell they're doing it, but we've all heard this. So how do you compete with that? You can't compete with that because those guys are just running back to back. They're running for cheaper rates. A lot of their trucks are put together with stolen parts, or their trucks are stolen. So they don't have the same cost that someone out here trying to operate a smaller business does. So, that's my 2 cents is are we real, actual regulatory and physical changes to the trucking industry and the environment that will benefit all of us, like parking, like regulation, loosening regulations on us because we're way over-regulated to where we can do our job, and also make the playing field, I don't like to use the word fair, but a better competitive environment, because I'm cool with competition. I love competition. It's great. It shows who's better on merit-based, right? But it needs to be a place where people can compete. So that's my 2 cents. It's Coffee with your boy. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great week.